It's been well over a month since I've gone out to take any photos, so it's nice to be out this morning. It is the end of August, so it is a nice crisp 55 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which means it is getting to my favorite time of the year to get out and shoot. I'm going to be shooting on the Sony A7CR with the 35mm 1.8, but I also brought my 24, my 50, and my 85mm lenses with me. But chances are I'll probably be sticking to the 35 most of the time. There's no real plan for today. I just want to get out and take photos. But one thing I always like to do is have a good starting point. And we have this scene here behind me, which looks like it's just set up for taking photos. So I'm super excited to photograph this. It's been on my list for a while. And then after that, who knows where I'll end up. The spot is pretty simple. There's not a whole lot going on, but it has a lot of character, which I really, really love. No better way to get back in the groove than, taking a good old gas station picture. Now I think this side is definitely the better angle. Might need to move my car, or I could just Photoshop it out. Honestly, I'm feeling kind of lazy, so I might just Photoshop my car out. All right, I'm gonna try and get a little creative with this shot. Since my car is right there in the background, I kind of want to get a straight on shot, but I think I'm gonna tackle it from a slight angle. Let's shoot at f1.8. Let's see how this looks. I almost forgot to even mention where we are today. So we are in Mount Airy, North Carolina, which for the older people who watch my videos, you might be familiar with or know a little bit about it. I don't know if I've really been here before in any videos in the past, but this is where technically the Andy Griffith Show takes place. Now, they did not film it here, they filmed it in California, but this is where I believe Andy Griffith is from, and they have a whole bunch of Andy Griffith museums here as well, which we're not going to be going to today. Could make for an interesting video, but we're just going to focus on the photography here. Now, this is a pretty cool location. I could definitely see myself coming back here in the future, but I think we're about done with all the shots I want to get here. I might walk around a little bit more, maybe around the corner of the building and see if there's anything else. Right as I'm heading out, the sun has started to peek out just a little bit. I'm gonna walk around and see if it might be worth hanging around and taking a few more photos. The light is not really hitting this very well at the moment. As you can see, the sun is rising over there. Okay. I think we're good. I think we got all the photos we want here. So yeah, let's move on. Would it be worth photographing this? Maybe not. Although I will say that there is a junkyard back here, which obviously there's a fence, so we're not going to be going down, but it does look like there could be some cool stuff down there. You got this car right here. This might be worth taking a photo of real quick, especially with the light coming in here, hitting the chain link fence. right, so I drove north and ended up in Virginia. Not too surprising, actually. But I found this really cool old lodge or hotel, something here across the street. It's very much abandoned at this point. And some of the building looks like it's starting to collapse, especially up on the hill. But it's right next to the highway. And I think I may need to switch to the 24mm for this if I don't want to end up in the road. Now there is a lot of traffic here, so I want to be very careful. Can't really see what's coming that way, but I think I'm good. Yeah, this is such a cool location. I think it's abandoned. All right, so this area might be a little tricky to photograph, but I think this is already a cool shot right here. There's a lot of flowing water. Tell that goes down pretty far there. This wheel is super cool. There's also a small waterfall over here. Then there's another one over here. Yeah, this is such a dope location. Gonna have a lot of fun with this. Like I said, I'm shooting on the 24mm. I think the 35 could have worked for some of these shots, but it's better safe than sorry. I'm gonna try and get a little bit of a foreground element here. I just noticed all the private property and no trespassing signs, so I'm gonna try and make it quick, especially since we're here on a busy highway. I'm sure there will be police driving by at some point. It's always finding these very random locations that I would have never discovered otherwise if I was just searching on Google Maps. Like, how would I have found this? You can see the old lodge, hotel rooms, whatever that is, up there on the hill. Definitely not going up there. Kind of hard to show in photos, so I'm not too worried about it. But this place is very, very cool. I think I'm about done taking photos here. I don't want to hang around much longer, but there's also a mailbox out here that I want to get a shot with. It's kind of leaning, kind of hanging. Very cool. And with that, I think I'll be done. All right, I drove a couple more miles down the road here and the sun is now starting to come out. And I came across this, this landscape, just beautiful rolling hills. And I noticed a old collapsing abandoned barn down this road here. So I thought I might as well stop, take a photo here. Don't want to hang around too long, trying not to make anyone angry. I think I'm gonna swap back to my 35 for this. All right, and of course the sun has gone back behind the clouds, kind of a little bit. I do see a no trespassing sign here, so I'm not gonna step too far in. I actually might be able to get a better shot up here. Well, the sun is hitting this perfectly now. It's not too strong. And right here by where I parked, there's also this RV just situated right here. This might be nothing incredible of a photo, but might be cool. All right, I've been driving for the last hour or so. Somehow managed to end up on the Ridge Parkway. Haven't really found anything else interesting to shoot. But I will say we got at least 3 locations. That's usually the goal. At least 3 locations for the day that I'm really happy with the photos. But I ended up here at this overlook, and as you can see in the distance, there is a beautiful view of Pilot Mountain. And in front of Pilot Mountain, there looks to be some kind of fire or something going on. There's a lot of smoke. And in the distance behind Pilot Mountain, you can see Winston-Salem, which is where I live and where I'm gonna be heading to after this. So I think while I'm here, I'm gonna get one last photo. I'm actually gonna swap to the 85mm, which is incredibly rare for me. But I want to try and get as zoomed in on Pilot Mountain and Winston-Salem in the background as I possibly can. You know, it definitely feels good to be back. I've taken about the past 4 or 5 weeks off from making YouTube videos. That's the first time I've really taken a break by choice since I started my YouTube channel about 4 years ago. So in that way, I think it's justified. I think it's okay to take a month off. But there were other reasons, some health reasons, some personal life reasons. But one of the main ones being, ironically, when I was actually out shooting with the Sony RX1R3, I managed to injure my foot. But luckily my foot has healed up at the perfect time, and we are just now getting to peak photography season for me. So the hope is, the plan is at least, to be making a lot more photo walk videos just like this one. I know this was not the most exciting photo walk video, but There's nothing better than just getting out, leaving early in the morning before the sun rises, and shooting some photos. I feel like I've been shooting a lot less photos this year than I normally do, and I don't really like that. One of the main reasons being obviously my foot, waiting for it to heal, which I'm glad it happened when it did because the summer has been extremely hot here in North Carolina. It's always nice to take a little bit of time off, especially when you can feel yourself starting to burn out. So everything happens for a reason, and even though I did take a couple weeks off, I've been planning videos and I have a lot of exciting photo walks coming up, a lot of cool places I want to go to that will be hopefully coming in the next couple weeks. I can't wait to see the videos I make and the photos I end up taking, but it's safe to say I am definitely back. So on that note, I'm going to end this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe to help support the channel. In the meantime, I hope I could inspire you guys to get out and take more photos. Go out and shoot. Ugh. Okay. Now I got to drive all the way that way.